Hello, Putnam High School APES class, and welcome to another fun and exciting edition of renewable energy sources. Not really that fun and exciting, if it were taught by a regular teacher, but when you're learning it with Mr. Fabs, it's definitely is fun and exciting. So let's get started with our topic for today, wind. All right, so we've talked about biomass. We've talked about solar. We've talked about hydrogen. We still have to talk about wind. We still have to talk about geothermal, and we still have to talk about hydroelectric. So let's make this video all about wind. And I got some exciting news for you. It's a pretty short one. So let's rock and roll. All right, wind. Wind, like every other resource out there, is not evenly distributed. You should have learned this by now. You should know this by now. Not every resource out there on the earth is evenly distributed. Heck, humans are resources, and we're not even evenly distributed among the globe. Okay, there are areas where there are very low amounts of humans, and there are areas where there's a lot of humans in one small area where the population density is very, very high. So uneven heating and cooling of the earth creates convection currents, and those convection currents are different in certain areas of the globe. Windy areas are more offshore, mountain passes or valleys, anywhere that the wind can funnel down, ridges, certain areas, wind can also is very clean, zero emissions. When we're talking about the generation of electricity, if we're talking about making the actual wind turbines and the raw materials, there are CO2 emissions, but when we're creating electricity, there are no emissions. Disadvantages though, like everything else, we have the disadvantages and the advantages. Those disadvantages would be there, noisy, you hear the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. In case you didn't get that the first time, it is whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. They are ugly. Some people actually think these things are ugly. I think they are beautiful. I think they are a work of art. And when I see them, I say to myself, that right there is energy, clean energy. And one of the major downsides is birds die. Yeah, they actually get hit, and you're going to watch some videos of those. So brace yourself. Disclaimer, birds were harmed in the making of those videos. Not this video, not the video you're watching right here, but the videos you will be watching. It is a real thing, just like we talked about with the solar energy, those collection towers. Producing electricity from wind, how does a wind generator work? Well, similar to the way a fan works. And I have a fan. Hold on one second, I'll be right back. So guys, here we have our very own wind turbine. So we see the blades inside there. As those blades spin around, because wind is blowing on them, it's opposite of a fan, but as those blades spin around, I'll make you guys a big screen. So as these blades spin around, inside here, because this is just like a wind turbine, inside here, we have two things. Okay, this isn't a fan anymore, it's a wind turbine. Inside here, we have two things. And what do you think those things are? If you said a turbine and a coil and magnet, which make up a generator, you are correct. Because inside here, there is a turbine, this whole thing is a turbine, and there is a generator. So we have just left out the heat, the water, the steam. Steam turns a turbine. Here is your turbine. As this is turning, it's connected to a shaft inside here. That shaft is going around and turning a generator. A generator is made up of a coil of wire and a magnet, and that is producing electricity. Fans here act in the complete opposite direction. You plug them in, electricity now goes up. It's turning the shaft because of the generator and the coil magnet, the coil of wire and the magnet. It turns the shaft, which turns your fan. Wind turbines are the opposite. Wind turns the fan, that turns the shaft. Shaft is connected to a generator. Generator is made up of a coil of wire and a magnet, and that creates and gives you electricity. So a wind turbine works in the complete opposite way as a fan does. All right, let's put that back down here. We'll use that just in case we need that for another demo. Let's go back to screen sharing. We're going to bring this back up, and boom, we're back. So Wind power is the world's most promising energy resource because it is abundant, inexhaustible, meaning there's always a lot of it. It's widely distributed, it's cheap, it's clean, and it emits no greenhouse gases. And again, that is the generation of the energy itself. Much of the world's potential for wind power remains untapped, meaning we could put these turbines anywhere, and there usually is enough wind to power them. In fact, a very, very small strength of wind, a small low mile per hour wind will indeed turn a wind turbine, capturing only about 20% of the wind energy at the world's best energy sites could meet all of the world's energy needs, meaning we could supply the world with energy with just wind turbines. It's an amazing, amazing resource, and it's one that we are not using as readily as we should. So let's keep it on. So here's how it works. I just showed you with the fan. Now you're going to see a diagram of it. The wind turns that turbine. The turbine is connected to a shaft. The shaft is connected to a generator. Generator is made up of a coil of wire and a magnet, and that creates your electricity. They can be used individually or they can be used together, a whole bunch of them interconnected in a wind farm setting, and that will create electricity for you. These wind farms could be onshore or offshore. And again, why would we put them offshore? Because there are no large structures to block the wind. The wind can actually build up, and we get more wind out there than we do maybe on land. Wind is a non-depletable resource. We saw that it is created by changes in temperatures, and those create convection currents, and those convection currents is what drives our wind. It's the fastest growing major source of electricity in the world. Advantages and disadvantages: non-depletable, clean, free, no air pollution, share land with other uses. Think about it. You have land, and then you have this turbine shaft that comes up to a wind. You have all of this other land you could use. It's not taking up, it's not like a giant oil rig that's taking up a whole bunch of land. You're not mining and digging a whole bunch of land. You have one singular shaft that comes up, connects to your fan, and that's it. Disadvantages: noise, aesthetics, birds, and batteries. Batteries meaning we need to charge that electricity. Aesthetics, remember, that means, is it nice to look at? You know, do you really want to look outside your window and see a wind turbine? I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but other people might. Again, advantages and disadvantages. I think we've gone through a lot of these already. I'm not going to bore you with these. So I am going to link up the videos. They're going to be up here, down there, and down there. And what will be very cool is if I can actually get them to link up all at once to where I'm actually pointing. So hopefully you guys have clicked on them. You enjoy them. Take care. I will see you guys. Have a great day.